Yeah, son shit, y'all ready?
I hope y'all are. This episode, we gonna talk baseball, y'all. Just for a hot second. I ain't lying, for real. But anyway, we gonna talk about Emmett Ashford, the first black umpire to umpire in the World Series. Gangster, you know what I'm saying? Salute to the Texas Rangers who won the World Series. And here's the wild part, because this is what we, you know how the show go. We start talking about other stuff real quick, and I'm gonna keep it 100. A lot of this is gonna be TV talk. The ratings were like 9 point something for the whole World Series, considered super low. Here's the wild thing: considered low by the past, by the average of everything, it's still considered low, but it's average. You know what I'm saying? Last year's NBA Finals was about 11. NBA peaked only in a Game 7 with the Warriors and the Cavs that year and I ain't gonna get into it, but y'all know how I feel about it. Miraculous comeback of 3-1 deficit to win the championship. I ain't even getting into all that. But what I'm saying is, and that Game 7 was 30 million. Why? Because it was a Game 7. And it was still one of those things where you were still trying to figure out how, because a lot of people had shut the game. People don't remember that year. It was 3-1 and people just moved on. They was like, oh yeah, the Warriors got this, and kept it pushing. And then it was one of those things where if you weren't if you weren't on top of it, you were like, hold on, what? The Game 7? People, they really didn't understand what was going on, and they had to watch the game. That's why the ratings on that was so high. Trust me, if you were watching it, it would have got anyway, again, that's a personal thing I ain't even gonna step into. The World Series and the excuse people are giving is what they weren't big market teams. Here's the issue with baseball. Baseball is a contradicting, basically just hypocritical sport thing, right? You know what I'm saying? I grew up during a time where you hated the fact that the Yankees bought their titles. The Yankees were buying the privilege to get to the World Series. You know what I'm saying? If you remember them days, there was a time Steinbrenner was putting money on anybody. The Yankees looked like an all-star team a few times. It was crazy. And then all of a sudden, the Red Sox became hot, and the Red Sox also big market team. That was the thing. All these big market teams, and that used to be the argument. They're crumbling the infrastructure of baseball because they're buying all of the great talent to put on their teams to load it up to get here, and the regular baseball fanatics and fans, especially when your team is your team and you're like, yo, this is unacceptable. And people were kind of shunning baseball a little bit. And baseball was the World Series became a chance to have 7 Super Bowls. For those who don't know what I'm saying, people go to Super Bowl parties, people participate in Super Bowl events, and don't watch football. The Super Bowl is such a different thing. So when you get a team like the Yankees going into the World Series against anybody, and God knows if it's somebody that's actual competition, this is 7 chances to have a Super Bowl. This is your chance to have 7 Super Bowls. How we gonna rock this up? Then what happened was a couple of small market teams got in, and people liked it. That was okay, yeah. The playing field is being balanced a little bit. You can buy all that talent, but these dudes are doing the farm system. They're growing their thing. Boom, and that became the thing. You wanted to watch the prospects become great. Somewhere along the line, and social media's interaction, and then you have this younger generation, then you have this older generation that are finding themselves lost in the shuffle a lot of times. All of this is happening at the same time with sports. Sports is in a weird place, and what you're getting now is people not knowing what's going on. The explanation was these were small market teams. It's not small market teams. It's bad advertising. I grew up where every sport was advertised heavily. You know what I'm saying? Like, kids who grew up around us, we knew every player from every sport. We knew I'm black. I'm pretty sure y'all know that. You're hearing me, you're listening on a regular basis, you know. I am not supposed to know NASCAR drivers. I am not supposed to know hockey players. I am not supposed to know Tour de France. I am not supposed to know a lot of this stuff. NASCAR, we knew NASCAR drivers. We knew hockey players. Rappers would say hockey players. Rappers had us running around here with hockey jerseys on, which by and large made us go, I'm rocking these jerseys. Who are these people? Now you're watching. This is back when ESPN, before they had their deal with the NBA, hockey was their thing. You could get all your hockey from ESPN back in the day. This is that 90s era stuff. 90s, 2000, before whatever happened with hockey. So you grew up going, well, I got these jerseys on thanks to Snoop and all these dudes. What's going on in hockey? And you watch hockey and you go, yo, this is kind of high. And we grew to love sports. Like, our generation grew up loving sports. We knew about the boxers. We knew about the wrestlers. We knew about baseball players. We knew about Daly and them. You know what I'm saying? Before Tiger Woods got in the game, we knew about golf. We knew about bowling, again, because of ESPN. There was nothing crazier than ain't nothing really on TV and you're turning and you're flipping channels and there's a bowling competition on ESPN. And we're like, yo, and then you catch up with your friends like, yo, dog, I saw this one dude, he had this red ball and his hair was all crazy. He'd do the joint and he'd be dancing. And we knew who these dudes were, so much to the point that ESPN's old, like, homemade commercials which featured these dudes. We knew sports. Our generation grew up on sports because it was always advertised. It was always thrown. There was always an athlete on somebody's commercial. You know what I'm saying? There was always an athlete doing something. There was always athletes showing up on shows. There was always athletes in the mix. There was always something. And again, coming from a hip-hop situation, Whoop There It Is was on WCW Wrestling before it really became that thing. You know what I'm saying? Because the tag team version wasn't even really popping right there. It was the Florida version. But for whatever, because it's still down south, you could hear Whoop There It Is in WCW. And then by the time tag team came through, it really became this phenomenon. But you heard that at sporting events. You heard Whoop There It Is. Not just basketball and wrestling, but hockey. There was times you could look, whoop, when somebody made the goal and somebody was doing anything, and all that, whoop, there it is. The culture was that connected. The world was that connected back then. So what happened is, again, you got situations where with hockey, money got funny and everything happened and they fell back for a minute, so they got lost in the shuffle. NASCAR got too big and then they started doing the thing. They wanted bigger deals. And the people that they dealt with didn't advertise them properly. Fox has never really pushed NASCAR the way it should be pushed. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who's the hottest driver right now. We knew who hot drivers were back in the day. You know what I'm saying? When Dale Earnhardt died, hip-hop dudes knew who Dale Earnhardt was. Nobody was going to play ignorant like, I don't know what that is. Black people knew. Spanish people knew. Asian people knew. Why? Because NASCAR was pushed so hard back in the day that his death actually was a big deal to the sports world and people who loved sports. The marketing isn't being marketed properly, and the social media's separation of tribalism has basically ruined the concept of sports. So baseball has this major deal. MLB has this major deal with Fox to broadcast the World Series, and Fox didn't even really advertise it. I don't remember seeing no real advertisements for the World Series. Now you can go, that's because those were small market teams. Nah, you're supposed to advertise all of that. You're supposed to be out here pushing that. You're supposed to make that the thing. You're supposed to push whatever they're, you know what I'm saying, the power swings, the home runs, the whatever name, whatever face you can muster up to make this interesting. You're supposed to paint that picture to get those ratings for your network. That sport is supposed to help with that to make sure that they bring more visibility to their sport on your network. That fell apart. Baseball, you know, they're trying to tell you baseball is more of a inside baseball thing. It's a homegrown, it's territorial, it's regional. It's really not. It was never that way. Sports was never that. Like sports is always going to be that way, but because the way it used to be marketed in the 80s, the 90s, the early, I'm not gonna say early, I'm gonna just say the whole 2000s, because the 2010s is a whole different beast. The 2000s, it stopped by the 2010s. Something, I don't know what happened. Couldn't tell you what happened, but things just became disconjointed at some point in the 2010s, and it's never recovered. We've never recovered, and the game is just crazy. There's no right way that yesterday was the 2nd, right? Because we're recording this on the 3rd. We're going to try to put this out before the week. There's no way they win it on the 1st, and everybody needs to be talking about this the very next day. It's America's pastime. It was presented as America's pastime. It's one of America's oldest sports. It's baseball. You know what I'm saying? You don't just let that go. You don't just let that be something you start the thing off and go, yeah, you know, LeBron you don't start your joint off with LeBron. You don't even start your stuff off with football for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, tonight's matchup. Nah. You start your joint off with congratulations to the Texas Rangers, and this is what they did, and you break down how great they were. You're supposed to help elevate these sports, and nobody's doing that anymore. You know what I'm saying? These sports joints is getting crazy, and what's wild is I think a lot of these contracts are coming up in 2024. I know the NBA is there. You know what I'm saying? WWE's joints is coming up. Baseball stuff is about to come up. Football is going to always have what it has. And football, I think, has actually figured out a way where they want to finagle some stuff. Football is a different beast. Football is so ill right now that they're sending all their teams overseas a lot because, again, marketing. You found out that that's going to be an Olympic event, flag football. The only people that really should be worried about that are people who play Major League Football and kids and people who have their children into actual full contact football, because once that becomes a thing in the Olympics and it becomes that popular, you're going to see the trickle down hit the NFL. The trickle down is going to hit the NFL. Don't think it's not, because they've already signed on board for it. The NFL is an ambassador of this flag football thing that is going on in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? You've seen the commercial. Y'all seen the joints when you're watching the shows on Sunday, how they got the little kids and it's doing all this with the programs and they're doing all that with the flag football. Everything is flag football. What makes you think in the next 5, because think about it, those are kids, so in the next 5 or so years, if this is the direction that they've gone, college is going to slide in and start kind of, The NFL is going to do nothing but go, Why? Because there's a lot of talented receivers and quarterbacks and running backs that you're just going to, what are you just going to overlook because they've never played full contact football? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're out here showcasing these young talents in flag football. And their parents are going, I got him in flag football for a reason, because I don't want him getting hurt. Yeah, he's good. And he's not going to step into the joint and catch it, put them pads on and catch an L and get hurt. Nah. What are you going to do? Just overlook that talent? Are you going to try to make a subdivision talent? A subdivision league for flag football? and then not market it or whatever? Like, how does that work? So in my mind, and this is just me personally, give it another 5 to 10 years, they're gonna transition this whole joint out. More 10 years. 5 years is literally, like, time flies so crazy, 5 years is literally around the corner. They're gonna transition that joint out, and you're gonna look up, and they're gonna wait for the last of the dinosaurs to get up out the game. Then they're gonna start slowly but surely bringing in flag football, and everybody's gonna be wild. And then they're gonna bring in new commentators, because they're gonna need new commentators. These old commentators, you know what I'm saying? Y'all seen how they could barely, the last couple, what was it, last year, they were still running around here saying Redskins. They ain't know what to do. They were still calling teams this team and that team. They don't know what to do. They're gonna have to bring up a whole new crop of announcers. That saves money, because you don't have to pay them with super paper. These are new dudes. These are new dudes that you're trying to cultivate and create and make stars and legends and icons and have a legacy. That's what you do. The game is about to change. Basketball. You got what's my man, the vampire face, Adam Silver. I don't look up old vampires from the 1920 movies. Look that picture up. Then look at Adam Silver. Then look at that picture and go, Adam Silver. That was Adam Silver. That dude in the makeup is Adam Silver. Adam Silver has been around that long. That dude, yo, come on, man. Just sitting, like watching him, and then watching his hand movements, and you're like, yo, my man dead. He been dead for about 100 or something years. He been gone for a minute. There's just something about him, man. There's something about Adam Silver that you just don't. But negotiations about to come up. All that cool empowerment, and remember, because the NBA was actually trying to give you the stats and everything promoting load management. He needs them eyes. He needs them views. He needs them stars to be on the court. And then he's out here talking about, I'm gonna have to find y'all. I need my stars. You've already allowed people to be lazy. You know what I'm saying? You've lost that. There's not enough fines in the world that's gonna bring that part of the game back. You've lost that. Like, now you have to try to upheaval and present all your stars on these televised joints, and it's not gonna work. Letting all these trades happen and going, hey, well, we got the Clippers against the Lakers, and look at all these stars versus all these stars. Okay, that's cool. Are y'all gonna keep playing them all the time? Because they don't play each other all the time. So Portland doesn't really have a star anymore, so you lost that. Golden State, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't gonna keep playing Milwaukee. Philly only has Embiid now, so that's technically not as appealing as it used to be. Miami went to the finals, and you guys are barely playing them. The Nuggets are the actual champs, and you're barely showing them. So y'all ain't even putting the champs on TV. Where we going? The champs aren't even on national TV like that all the time. Where we going? You're so focused on the stars because you need these ratings to bump up to justify the money that you wanting to ask for when negotiations come. Disney's about to just let it go. Disney's going through their whole own dilemma all the way around, whether it's Star Wars, whether it's Marvel, whether it's the stuff that they've done with these whole live action interpretations of the animated stuff. And then ESPN itself is losing money. So now you're going, hey, can y'all want to rock with us some more? Nah, not really. We're good. We'll pass. And if ESPN passes, CBS and NBC aren't going to come in and put more money on the table. They're out. I'm pretty sure Disney is not going to go above and beyond, because unless something completely happens, or they'll shift some papers around, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nah, I don't think they're going to really be out here trying to deal with the NBA like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. Like, the ratings don't justify it at all. It's not going to be. I mean, they look at all the cuts they made after the NBA season. Was basically mostly a bunch of NBA and NFL people. Things that they're like, yo, we could probably do without right now. You know what I'm saying? And then these ratings stay low, because on a weekly basis, outside of the playoffs, ESPN ain't touching TNT, ratings-wise. You going, well, there's always the finals. You're waiting for that one moment in time, those possible 7 days to justify your whole year. Your All-Star game, your Christmas games don't do that good. Like, none of this stuff, like the not the All-Star game, the Christmas games, the holiday games, when you guys, once the NFL's over and you guys get the weekends, those don't really do that good. Certain playoff matchups don't do that good. You're really going to put billions of dollars on the thought of 7 games, and then I figure try to finagle what teams make those 7 games, because now if you put that kind of money on 7 games, can't be Miami and Denver again. It can't be that. We need stars. We need something. You know what I'm saying? And that was, to me, was the wildest part about last year. They really, like, the announcers felt like they couldn't even justify speaking greatly about these dudes. Y'all know Mark Jackson. Mama, there goes that man. It won't none of that jumping off in the finals. It was like, is anybody even watching these two teams? Let's keep it pushing. Like, all that. Matter of fact, when they won, it was only one dude talking. You would have thought somebody must have turned Van Gundy and Mark Jackson's mics off for about 5 minutes. Don't believe me? Look it up on YouTube. Once it was clear you knew who the champions were, you heard nothing from either one of those dudes. No congratulations, no nothing. Nothing. They weren't going, hey, a lot of people want to try to discredit this team. None of that. They didn't do none of that. They didn't tell you how great Jokic was. None of that. It was quiet for about 5 minutes from them. That says a lot. That's the stuff that viewers peep. Oh, well, yeah, this is a waste of time. They ain't even invested. You think Disney's gonna pay billions of dollars for this? Nah. And CBS and NBC are gonna come in and lowball. TNT's gonna be like, oh, Barkley, we done paid you a lot. Shaq, we about to pay you a lot. Kenny, we about to pay you. Ernie, we about to pay you. We about to pay y'all a lot more money because we about to lowball them too. We about to lowball. They about to lowball them. They're looking, they say Amazon and even Netflix and Apple TV are trying to get into the NBA. They're going to lowball them. They are going to all lowball the NBA. And Adam Silver knows it. And he's like, yo, I need my stars. But you've already allowed this to be a thing for over 10 years. Half of these new dudes that ain't been in the league for 10 years, they grew up understanding this. And for those who don't know how the game goes, this whole load management thing started with the Spurs and the Miami game in the finals. The great shot made by Ray Allen to win the game and then take it to another game, and they lost, and the Spurs lost that championship. That next year, Pop was basically resting his star players, putting them in sporadically, periodically, like, okay, yeah, all right, now I'm gonna pull you out. All right, yeah. Gearing them for the playoffs. That was his whole thing. He was like, I'm gearing my older players for the playoffs. That's what we're gonna do. And then they won. So what happens is everybody goes, oh, that's probably what we should do. Start resting some of our star players on games that really don't seem like they matter. Which, by the way, the NBA and the NFL and the MLB have all done. The MLB does that a lot. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of times where they're like, oh yeah, they just let their prospects play these games. They let the guys come up that they called up to play these games. The actual stars are hanging out. They're off today. That happens. The NFL, once the NFL knows that they got this game, the playoffs wrapped up, this is the first seed, this is your second seed. Yeah, that first and second seed might not even play their stars. It's all of a sudden now it's like preseason. They might start a couple of snaps here and then they sitting down. The playoffs, the NBA has done it. Let it be like the last 2 or 3 games of the year. You're number 1, you're number 2, you're number 3. We don't really need to risk our players getting hurt out here. They ain't gonna play them. Those were always justifiable. Then this load management thing again at the NBA, went out their way to find the data to back up and support became a thing. Now he's in negotiation mode. I need my stars. Can we play? Barkley and so many other older players have been complaining about this since it became a thing. Adam Silver was literally barking back. No, we have the data to support this. No, it's now he needs it. Now he's like, oh, I see what he sees what this, because without that you have nothing. Especially the way he presents it, because Adam Silver doesn't present the NBA as the NBA. Adam Silver presents the NBA as stars and then there's others. You know what I'm saying? So he's already put himself in that hole. MLB doesn't promote itself like it used to. We used to know all these players. They only had like 2 commercials during the World Series, the T-Mobile one and something else. That's not enough. You're supposed to have your hand in everything. There's supposed to be Sprite commercials. There's supposed to be Coke commercials, Pepsi commercials, car commercials. There's supposed to be commercials galore. Sneaker commercials. Ken Griffey remember when we was out here rocking the Ken Griffey's? Sneaker commercials. The MLB didn't do their job. They didn't do their due diligence in making you know that this was something. So the ratings didn't show it. If you're a diehard baseball fan, or if you're a diehard Ranger or Diamondback fan, you were watching. If you were just somebody who was like, it is what it is, you weren't watching, so you lost out. The viewership wasn't going to be there. Social media's engagement wasn't there. There wasn't a, hey, what can they do? Are the Diamondbacks gonna make the comeback? There was nothing on my timeline about baseball trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to make this an epic thing. Remember that we grew up with those, they were soap operas. So-and-so has a 2-1 lead. Can this other team come back and tie the series up? Or will it be a 3-1 lead, 1 game away from being the champions? Stuff, just engaging stuff, and you're like, yo, and they'll highlight who came through that night. If you was a nobody, but you were the guy who messed around and hit that double, boom, and got on base, and got to the double, and the next guy came through and he hit, and then you ran home, that RBI, send them home, go home joint. 2 unlikely heroes, and that's how they promoted it the very next day. It was already promoted for the next game. Will these 2 unlikely heroes do it again? And they had whatever the coolest music popping off at the time, being boom, 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 World Series on such and such, this time of the night at this time, boom, boom. You were intrigued. They're not doing any of that anymore. And again, like I said, social media keeps a lot of that from happening. But even if that's the case, invest in social media. You're supposed to be everywhere. They're not everywhere, man. The game is crazy right now. And that's all my bad. I ended up talking too much about this. But what I'm saying is, they need better marketing. I had a conversation with my kid yesterday. This is how wild that is. Because we were talking about ratings. And he was like, well, that was why. And the rating, I'm like, it's really not. It's your generation doesn't watch sports live. You guys wait to see the highlights on whether it's ESPN or on social media, and you look at stats. You guys are stat boys and highlight guys. That's it. Technically, you might as well go back to the newspaper days for you. You guys could care less about watching a game from beginning to end. You just want to know what's the score and who did what. That's it. And he just looked at me, like, see? The concept of sports on television is about to die because you guys aren't engaged at all. You're the future. That's who they, you know what I'm saying? My future, when we were the future, we were engaged, and then we got disengaged because it became so predictable. You know what I'm saying? Like, it became the thing where all these sports started to manufacture things and make it soap opera-y. You know what I'm saying? Every year around the playoffs, every NFL playoff, you can better believe games are decided by the ref's call at the end. Tight games are decided by the call from the ref. Every year. Every single year. It's something that was called by the ref that is now the target of like First Take or whatever highly, you know what I'm saying? Not highly questionable. What's the joint that Skip Bayless has? Whatever Skip Bayless has, undisputed. It's all, now that's the conversation that'll take place for about a week. It's soap opera. So as a sports fan who outright goes, you can see that this was wrong. You can go, this is the game. They're not even selling the sport, they're selling the drama. So you disconnect from it because you're like, I just want to watch sports. I don't need this extra stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Did so-and-so step out of bounds before he shot? When he caught the ball and passed it back in and so-and-so shot the shot. Clearly he's out of bounds, but the refs are doing, you know what I'm saying? And then you can't critique the refs or you'll get fined. And then that becomes, again, the conversation until the next playoff game in the NBA. That becomes the pitching, the umpire calls during the playoffs were weird. They were inconsistent. That was supposed to be the conversation. People didn't care. Certain people would just disconnect. They're like, I'm good. We're tired of that. Younger generation doesn't care because that's not the stuff that you see on highlights. You know what I'm saying? It's just a talking point, and it still goes back down to what did you see on highlights? What's the stats? So all of this extra soap opera stuff is now not even needed. NFL, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? When you listen to people who complain about the way the refs, they're my age. Slightly younger, slightly older to a lot older. And we don't care. My kid don't care about what refs said and didn't see. He's like, oh, first of all, did he get... Because they're all about their league. And they're all about the stats. And they're all about the wins and losses. Did they win? Did they lose? All that extra drama, I don't care about. I don't watch. They're not watching games. Nobody's watching any game. NFL, college, anything. They're not watching it from the first horn to the last horn. They're not watching these sports from beginning to end. So the television rights to a lot of these, like the reason college is going to be around is because of the alumni and the tradition. NFL too. Baseball, hockey, NASCAR, golf. A lot of these joints, the NBA, a lot of these people are about to get lowballed when it comes up for negotiation. You're worried about these ratings when you need to be worried about putting out your product. You're not properly pushing your product to worry about ratings. You know what I'm saying? If I open up a restaurant and my food is great, the ambiance is great, I have the best waiters and waitresses, I have the best cooks, just the atmosphere is beautiful. If I don't advertise, if I don't make sure that you understand that I'm bringing a quality product, what am I doing? What am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can't get you to rock with me investing more money into trying to deal with, oh, I gotta make sure my joint's on the radio. I gotta make sure I got the TV deal with I'm out here in Ohio, Spectrum. I got the local thing for Spectrum, which those commercials always look cheesy. I'm sorry, y'all. I've seen a gang of these local commercials that they do. They're cheesy. Sorry. And for people who have those commercials, salute to you. I'm not hating on you. I'm just saying maybe those are some of your guys' ideas. Maybe not, but they need better. You need to do better. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, you're putting all that money into that, but you still are getting butts into seats to have the product. You know what I'm saying? That means now what do I have to do? I have to go out to the surrounding businesses and offer a plate or two. Hey, yo, we're that restaurant up the street. Yeah, the joint with the brand new. Take a taste of this. Boom, taste this. Take the most average meal that we have on the thing. If our meal is spaghetti, if our meal is a da-da-da, if our meal is the whatever the most average meal is, we can't give y'all the gangster stuff. We got to hit you with the average. that make you go, wow, this is something that everybody eats. This mac and cheese is the best, some of the best joints I've ever had. What is this? Yeah, we got that. Now they gonna come, look at the mac and cheese and go, oh snap, you guys also got cordon bleu, y'all got a little this and this and this, y'all got lamb, roasted lamb with the what? Hey, I think I'm on, because the mac and cheese is killing. Can I get a side? Can I get some mac and cheese with some of this roasted lamb and a little bit of XYZ? Yeah, sure, we got you. Boom. You take the most basic thing you have, you put it out there for consumption for the media, for the public, and you let the public consume it and go, that looks interesting. Let me try. That's what a movie trailer does. A movie trailer isn't supposed to give you everything. It's supposed to just give you enough to make you go, huh, that looks interesting. I wonder what's up with that. The movie could be straight garbage, but they got you in the seats. It's all part of the game. I feel good about my food. I'm gonna come to these offices. Boom, hey, boom, hey, boom. And it's mac and cheese. We made ovens of this joint. Cut them up, slice them up, put them on small plates, package it with the little plastic forks and spoons, sporks, and we go through. Boom, boom. And I'm talking real offices too. We ain't talking about like, oh, you went up the street to like 7-Eleven. Nah. We talking offices. We go up into the boom, because those are the people who go on lunch together. Those are the people who want to go on lunch together. Boom. Because now that person will be sitting home with his family, watching something on local television, apparently, because that's what Spectrum would be, and you're watching the game, you're watching some show, and then oh, snap, hey, they came to our office the other day. They got some good mac and cheese. You know what? While we're out this weekend, we're going to go over there and, have lunch. All right, cool. Bam! How is this hard to do on a massive, mega level as professional sports? The MLB should never be low on ratings, no matter what the team is. You advertise your sport first, your teams second. You're not advertising the Diamondbacks versus the Rangers. You're advertising the MLB, Major League Baseball's World Series with these two teams. The World Series is bigger than these two teams. That's the way that was supposed to be put out there. That's the way it was supposed to be presented. Somebody hire me, man. What are we talking about right now? Anyway, man, this ain't even what we was here to be talking about. We was here to talk about Emmett Ashford. I ended up talking too long because I got, look, when it comes to marketing and promoting, my mind is clicking. Ain't nothing stopping. I think different. Woo! Y'all thought I was about to start rapping. I know. I had a little sway to it too. I had a little whoop. Y'all don't even know if y'all can hear it. I swayed to the left a little bit and I left the mic and all that. It was like, can you hear me? Coming through. Wood. Yeah, I don't know. You don't even know if you heard all that. Anyway, this ain't one of them podcast joints where dudes be messing. Dudes always look weird messing with the mic. A mic that is already on. And dudes be literally like on the mic. Like they're literally, like their lips be on the mic. Like, dude, do you guys, who, what? How low do you think your mics are where you need to be on it like that for people to hear you? What are you doing? Who is your editors? Who's your engineers where they're like, yeah, put your mouth on the mic and speak loudly as you can into the mic? Why are you adjusting the mic? It's a mic. As long as you're in front of it and you're speaking with clarity, you're good. What is you can't be that lazy where you're like, I'm laid back and I need the mic to be way over here in my face. I'm sorry, y'all. That just seems a little weird. You know what I'm saying? And you can take that however you want to take that. But y'all seen them. And because chicks will just be sitting there with the headphones on and the mic and they're just speaking. Dudes be out here grabbing the mic and adjusting the mic where their mouth is. And you're just like, why are you doing that? Am I missing something? There seems to be something up with you and this mic. Are y'all in a relationship? But anyway, this is what we do. This is how we get down. I talk too much for y'all. My bad, y'all. By the way, there will be another something, because this is also November, and we did Wednesday night. We talked about the Apache Mexican, the Apache Spanish, the Apache United States situations. Yeah, those are all that comes from the same one group over the same territory that were occupied by 3 other people, other groups. Yeah, we're going to talk about that too, because I want to definitely engage into the Native American thing and get back into that. I've had to do this because salute to the Rangers and salute to Emmett Ashford. So, and I actually thought that the World Series would last a little longer so I could at least slide it in at some other point, but it was like 5 games. It was like, we're done. Here's, again, advertising. I know, I thought I was done. The word was, with both of these teams, that they were whatever in O. They had a no-loss record if they scored first. That is the drama you build. Who's going to score first, and will it even matter? That's the drama you build with. I think one game was like 10-0 or something. You go, last game was a blowout. How will the Diamondbacks back? How will the Diamondbacks bounce back? Oh my God! Could you say that 5 times? How will the Diamondbacks bounce? How will the Diamondbacks bounce back? How will the Diamondbacks bounce back? How will the Diamondbacks bounce? Oh snap! I was about to go with American Woman, but that is not how that went. Anyway, how will the Diamondbacks bounce back? How will the Diamondbacks bounce back? But that's all, folks. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. That's how you could have did it. Am I wrong? Anyway, man. Emmett Ashford, thank y'all for rocking with me. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide, Lost Boys. I get lost in my own thoughts. Thank y'all for rocking with me when I go off on these tangents, and y'all just be probably sitting there like, yo, this dude say, yeah, I feel where he coming from. I just don't know how we got here. That's my life. Y'all ain't understanding. That's my life. I used to walk out the door when I was a, what's that joint white people say? Urban explorer. When I was an urban explorer before that was a thing. Yeah, you know, you walk out the crib and you just find yourself in a whole nother part of town with your homies, and thanks to the grace of God, nothing ever got done to any of us. Like when I say done to us, I mean like being in the wrong part of town, being in a different city, being somewhere else where people are like, yo, who are these dudes? Like, yo, what y'all out here for? And bring harm to us. Luckily, I was around a bunch of brothers and sisters who were very, even when we would be in our ways, we were very easy to get along with. You know what I'm saying? We were very conversational. We were very approachable. Don't get it twisted. There were some places where we were at where it was like, ooh, we got to figure out how to get up out of here. We got to figure out how to get up out of here, man. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's been some places I've been where it was like, you get there, you go to the local store to cop something. Like, yo, I'm about to go get me a Fruitopia, son. A Fruitopia, and you know it's bad when the cashiers are gritting on you. Like, who is this? Who y'all? What y'all doing around? Y'all don't look like y'all from around here. And what's up with y'all? And you're like, yo, where I'm from, such and such, you know, boom, just came about to go back out. Yeah. All right. Just so you know where you at. Like, dude, are you really are you willing to risk your job? Because I'm an out-of-towner? I'll take my change. That's your beef. Your retort is, I'll take my change. It'd be 2 cents. You're like, yeah, $1.98. You give him the $2. Nah, I'm gonna take my change. It's 2 cents, bruh. 2 less cents for you. Oh, for real? Hey, I just need my change, bro. bounce out. Hey, but anyway, what was I saying? Leaving is what I'm doing and getting into the actual program. Thank y'all for rocking with us. This is what we do. Please do your research on Emmett Ashton. Matter of fact, and please do your research on these ratings and understand what I'm saying. And the contracts about to go up and all that. Trust me, if you're around my age, slightly younger, if you're about my kid's age, I figure like if you're like 25 and younger and you're listening, which apparently they say I have those listeners. Thank y'all for listening. I don't know what y'all listening to. I don't know if it's just like, yo, this dude is sporadically, he just be saying random stuff. Who knows? Don't care. Thank y'all for rocking. Do your research on how it used to be back in the day. Back in the day, dudes was sports was all over television, no matter what. Now it's, Arliss from HBO also helped with a lot of that because he was supposed to be a sports agent, so he had various athletes from various sports on his show, and it all combined. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there was always something that made you go, well, he seems interesting, she seems interesting, I wonder who these people are. We knew about Danica I'm done. I'm stopping. I was about to go down that road again, but we knew about these people. I'm done. Let's get into this Emmett Ashford. That means I need to shut it down, y'all. Let's get into what we do. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Let's go. Yes. And you know how we do. Once again in this own little zone, I'll get down like this. Keep it wondering just what we do. My sounds like this. Cause I sound like this. And y'all be thinking to yourself, how could these sound like this? Hey, what, we live here, baby. We live. It's Saturday. That's right, I threw that joint in because we threw y'all off for a minute with that. Y'all was thinking y'all was gonna hear that Thriller. We throwing that at the end of the night. But we threw that Starlight in just to be like, yo, let y'all know how we get down. You know what I'm saying? Starlight. I don't know nothing about that. Anyway, I'm here, y'all. We here. It's good. I'm supposed to be taking it easy. Don't get too hype and upset and amping everything and the nose start bleeding or whatever. But I'm supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm still here, though. Wednesday, I wanted to rock with y'all. I was out Wednesday. I shut it down by 7. We was shut down by 7 to prepare for the early morning of the surgery Thursday. So it was like, yo, but I wanted to get them shaft joints off. Rest in peace to Richard Roundtree. I had to do that. We talking Richard Roundtree. You know what I'm saying? And we've already talked about the Black History moment with Shaft and the thoughts of the whole how they wanted to whitewash it and all that, and it's still dope. The other part of that is that was the first on a mainstream level black, quote unquote, black exploitation film. Shaft. Richard Roundtree became a household name, not just within the black community, but the dude became that guy. You know what I'm saying? He epitomized what it was to be cool and all that. And salute to Isaac Hayes, who came through and I think got a Grammy for the theme song and all that. This is what we do, man. This is how we get down. Word up. It feels good to be back here doing this music joint. You know what I mean? I've been out here trying to do some music joint for like the last couple of days. I was looking for a joint and I had the melody in my head. I'm like, yo, I know this song. Sat down this morning, not even this morning, this afternoon, because I've been waking up off and on through my haze and be like, yo, nah, this song is stuck in my head. I gotta find this song. I know this song. I'm humming it. I can't get the joint in. Salute to YouTube, who has the thing for the history, seen everything you ever watched or whatever. So I'm going through the history on that, and I came across the Avery Sunshine joint. I was like, that's who I was looking for. I kept thinking Sunshine, and I was just like, nah, maybe I'm wrong. Boom, it was the Avery Sunshine song, and it was rocking. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I had to have it. Do what I do. Salute to everybody out there listening, man. Thank y'all for rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it feel good to be myself again. Yeah. I felt like doing something right now. I was about to do it, but I don't know. Do I be on beat when I be rhyming on these joints sometimes? Like when I listen back, I be off beat a bit. But hold on. Ooh, what I got? Tell me where you at. Let me stop. I sound like Magoo. Rest in peace to Magoo. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. But tell me what we got. Tell you how I do. Tell you what I. Nah, I'm playing. Anyway, this is that moment. This is that time of the night when we get down right and show you how we do. What? I feel like I want to do something, but I can't. I can't think of nothing to make it rhyme one time for the mental. Hit him with something dope over instrumentals. Sentimental value don't value much now. Dudes get punched down. Check out the touchdown. Dance biggie iggy with the iggy. See, I sound real amateur-y right about now. But I'm nice though. Don't get it twisted. I'm nice with it. Word up, bars is up. Bit press the standards. Don't stand around. I'm getting yo. Bitch press the standards. Don't stand around them. That just be the whole joint. Ben press the standards. Don't stand around them. Like something gonna fall on them. One of the bars fell on me, son. Your bars is too heavy. You know what I mean? I don't know why. Y'all can't see me. I just did like the Flavor Flav hand thing. Too heavy. Yo, anyway. This is that time of the night. Y'all know what we do when it's that time of the night. Oh my God. I love that right there. Riddle me this, riddle me that. I don't know nothing, man. I can't even think of old joints. My mind is so foggy and cloudy right now. I can't think of old joints. I can't think of nothing. Anyway, from the with the breath of a rose and the sit I don't know with the cash rules everything around me. Cream is the money. Dollar bills. Holla holla for real. You know how the Let me stop. Anyway, let's get into what we do. Take it from the top. We're gonna take it from the top. This moment in Black history. Brought to you by people who can remember their rap lines. Can you remember your rap lines? Do ya have talent to spit that? And if not, homeboy, just sit back, cause you ain't dope. Nope. Get off the rope. Wash with soap, cause with water, you still gon' stink. And you ain't in the shower, you better sink. Taking that whole bath, no bath, that ain't working. Taking that whole bath, no man, that ain't working. You taking that whole bath, no man, that ain't working. That's what you gonna do with the funk. You gonna keep it right there. Keep it right there. He gonna keep it right there. With that whole bath, no man, that ain't working. Wash your booty, girl, if you twerking. Don't forget under your breast where it stink at. And your belly button too, cause that really smells bad. Your toes is dirty, crushed in between them. Bottom of the sole dirty too, I seen them. Your underwear got holes in them. Where you been at? Church? You been praying in your holy draws. Holy draws! Your holy draws. Got them holy draws. Somebody shot up your drawers, son. Anyway, I'm bugging. Whole bath, no bath. That ain't working. Hey, salute to the whole bath. Don't act like y'all don't know people. Yo, remember when you would get out the airport or be on the train or the bus and you go up in the bathroom and dudes just literally taking whole baths? They just like, and then they underarms and like, think I'm good. Like, nah, but you still stink. You still stink, son. You ain't even bring no soap for that. Like, what was you doing? You know what I'm saying? Dudes be eating and taking dumps in the public bathrooms. I don't know how I look with y'all women's, but it's the wildest joint. Dudes will just go right in behind each other and take massive dumps. You be like, that's so nasty, man. That is so nasty. Y'all is wild up in here. You could tell that I hated traveling, but it was the funnest moment in life to just travel sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get back. This ain't what we here for. World Series started last night. Here's a beautiful piece of information. The first black man to do his thing as an umpire for the World Series Emmett Ashford. They called him Ash. He was born in LA in 1914. Say word. You know what I'm saying? He was always basically like on some umpire type joint. He hung out and did a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? He was always trying to do something. You know what I'm saying? He sold magazines. He attended, you know what I'm saying? As a kid, he was out here doing stuff. He actually was a co-editor for a school paper as he played baseball and track. You know what I'm saying? He was that kind of dude. He was out here doing what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? He had a post office job that ain't working, you know what I'm saying? And then he started getting into like the umpiring for the small time joints. A couple of like little baseball and softball leagues here and there, and doing his thing. Got picked up by the minor league, the major league for the minor leagues. You know what I'm saying? And did his thing with that. You know what I'm saying? He was out here doing his thing for the Arizona Texas League. Then he was with the Western International League. He was with the Pacific Coast League. You know what I'm saying? So he was doing a lot of his things. You know what I'm saying? He was getting it in. You know what I'm saying? He spent 12 years with the Pacific Coast League and became known as one of the more cooler umpires. You know, he interacted with the people. You know what I'm saying? By the 60s, you know what I'm saying, the West Coast writers was like, yo, my man needs to find a way to get into the major leagues because he that dope. He was that dope. You know what I'm saying? He brought a new style to the game. He was flashy with it. He was, you know what I mean, visual with it. He entertained the game. He did his thing, maintained, and he had the whole crowd going, you suck, Blue. And for those who know baseball, y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I know y'all thought I was about to start rhyming, didn't you? Joke's on you, Jack. LL Cool J. Bad album at the end. Joke's on you, Jack. Anyway, that's how I do, man. I'm bugged like that. If you're new to hearing me, my bad, y'all. Anyway, he actually umpired for the All-Star game in '67 and worked 5 games in the 1970 World Series. You know what I'm saying? But then he, you know what I'm saying, he didn't work the home plate. He just was out there doing his thing. This is what we talking about, man. Salute. And word has it, there's only been like maybe 20 other brothers after him. And we're talking the 70s. It's 2023. And it's only been in the World Series, only 20 other brothers that had done their thing for the World Series, as far as in the World Series. That's a, you know what I'm saying? It's like, some people go, oh man, it ain't that. Nah, it's a big dip. Those, like, to get into the Super Bowls, the NBA Finals, the World Series, the Stanley Cup joints, that's upper echelon. I don't even know how to put that's the cream of the crop. They rise to the top. That means you're one of the best at what you do. You know what I'm saying? It's like a playoff situation for them. It's like, yo, my joints here. You know what I mean? I'm up now. So, yo, anyway, Black History moment, y'all. Peep out it, and that's what we do. We're gonna get back into some music and rock, y'all. This is a joint I heard a while back, and it was wild to me. I'm gonna play this joint. Country with the reggae type vibe on it. Like, country, look, man, y'all don't look. Country be out here rocking with everybody's joint and keeping it popping too. They don't care. They be like, yo, we gonna grab some rappers real quick. We gonna turn it up pop. We gonna have a guitar joint. I was telling, I told like 4 or 5 people before, like, yo, you wanna hear some funky country? Check out Kenny Rogers with his group. I gotta go look the name up. We might play some of that tonight. I'm lying. We might not. I'm zoning. Then again, I might not be. I could pull that Kenny Rogers up. Anyway, we gonna play some joints and we gonna do what we do. Word up. Let's get into what we do. And you don't stop. And you don't quit. And keep popping off with that funky shh. Hold up, wait. What you gonna do? Looking at me. Looking at you. Yeah, shorty. You look cute. But I can smell you from here. You smell like doo-doo. Why do it always go that route? I can't just be like, yo, girl, you pretty. I like you. What you wanna do? Nah, somehow it just, cause that's how it is in real life. You know what I mean? You see some shorty from a distance, you get the closing up on, and then you start seeing wild stuff like, you got a big old booger, you got a lazy Biggie Small type joint. You know, they start talking and their breath smells horrible. Dudes don't say nothing to chicks, and they just keep it moving, like trying to get that ease. Chicks, Be like, dude, your breath stink. And you be like, but you stink too. But you ain't saying nothing. Ha ha ha, I got you first. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta go in on these chicks, man. I'm sorry. You gotta go. When a chick is underarms is kicking, like, girl, you stink. What's wrong with you? Why your underarms smell like that? What's wrong with you? What do you? What's that, your religion not to put on deodorant? Go at them. When they cooking suck, like, ain't nobody eating this. Yo, who you feeding with this? Like, throw the whole plate at the wall and she gotta look at you be like, my bad, over dramatic, I know, but still accurate. Your food sucked. Let's get back into this music, y'all. Yes, that's my time. That's my time. I ain't gonna front, man. I thought that joint was gonna have the laugh on it, and we played I guess like the 7-inch edited version. There's no laugh on the joint. For back in the day when they used to come on the radio, they didn't have the laugh. They didn't have the Vincent Price laugh. Oh man, that's the priceless part of the record, for real, for real, for real. That's the joint that you supposed to love. You be like, yo, the Vincent Price laugh, whatever. Anyway, man, all right, I felt like I gypped y'all. I got gypped. Time is moving though, so it's all good. Cause that's a whole, like, y'all know the Thriller song is Forever Long. You know what I'm saying? It's like Forever Long for no reason. But anyway, I told y'all that Kenny Rogers joint, I was playing with y'all. Yo. But that country joint kind of dope, though. And we went to a reggae place and we brought it back to a soulful place. Dope night, y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Get at me on Twitter, Blackseas, BLACK_CEEZ. Get at me on the gram. Y'all know who I am. Blackseas the Sun, BLACKCEEZARSONN. Facebook, Live at the Oasis. Live at the Oasis. I can't think of anything. Oh, Daily Motion, YouTube. Hit us at got the new joints as well as the Sunday Soul Session joints that I be putting out every once in a while. And I mean every once in a while. It is very not consistent. A lot of the stuff I do is not consistent, except for this joint right here. You know what I'm saying? And the podcast, Our World, Our Time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? About to do a cooking channel. I'm playing with y'all. I should do a cooking channel. I'm nice. Chef Curry with the joint. I'm nice with the cookings. I'm cooking. I'm dope. But anyway, that's a whole nother lane. That's a whole nother thing. But yeah, we're gonna just hang out and rock out. Salute to y'all. Holla at y'all Wednesday for show. And next month is Native American indigenous people. So you're not gonna get a lot of history on that. And we're gonna do what we do. So I'm gonna holla at y'all like this. They say you only live once. That's a lie. You only die once. So anytime that your God allows you to get out here and continue your journey, please show the world the best version of you. Y'all be safe. Peace.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.